Good morning, Amy. Could you please introduce your business and tell us a little bit about how you got into photography?
Yes, hi, absolutely. So I'm Amy Pazier. I own Moments& and Co. I am mainly a maternity and newborn photographer. Oh man, I really love it. I I started like everybody does with my camera and said, "Hey, I can do this." And I've learned along the way. I'm coming up on, well, I guess technically right now I'm sitting right at 9 years in business. And yeah, it has gone from I shoot whatever you will want me to shoot to I love doing weddings and newborns, all about the love and the couple and the connection, to I can't spend my Sundays on the couch anymore, so I'm just going to limit that down to to newborns. And I love what I do so much.
And then where is your studio located?
Yes, it's very near Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's technically a town called North Huntingdon. Um, and I mean, depending on the day, because we got tunnels around here that nobody likes. So it's anywhere from like 30 minutes to 45 minutes to the city. So it's not far.
Well, okay, so let's talk about, so you're in the maternity and newborn space. If someone is looking for a photographer in that space, what are your top one or two pieces of advice you would give them when they're kind of trying to find that perfect photographer?
So, and I feel like this is everybody's answer, I'm sure, but look for the true professionals. There's safety precautions, especially with newborns, to be taken into consideration. And there's something to be said about someone who has done this for a while and knows what they're doing versus someone who started like I did with, the camera in hand. And as soon as you get that there, I'm a photographer and I got this. And there's no discredit to them because everybody starts somewhere for one thing. And two, like not everybody needs the high-end luxury photography experience either. It really depends on what you're looking for. But I know for me personally, we lost our first child. I was like a week or two away from getting my maternity photos. And so it's something that I don't have. And it has made that time in my life very, very precious and means so much more. And it's a very hard thing to try to explain that to families because you don't want to scare them. You don't want them to have the thought on their mind, what if I lose this baby? I never want to put that in someone's head. But in the same respect, like that's how I know how important those maternity images are. And I'm actually going to be studying with an awesome photographer in October to up my maternity game. And so, yeah, I would just say, look for someone who knows what they're doing. You can look through their website and social media, and you can see when they have more than the same model on multiple shots. And, gotta like their style and their personality, like meet with them, have a conversation with them. Know what they look like before you meet them at the location. I've been trying to do my consultations over Zoom so I can like see people and say, oh, okay, I know who you are. I'm not going, are you the person that wanted this? And it makes a difference. And, I think going into something knowing the kind of experience that you want is also important. If you just want those digitals and you want them quickly and you want this to be just a, I hate to say no nonsense process, but you know what I mean? A quick, easy, like, hey, I just need someone. I like the term camera for hire. I need someone to stand and take my photo. Then you want those people who are just starting, low cost, things like that. But if you really truly want to feel good about who you are and get those perfectly posed newborn images and, keep your baby safe, you want someone who knows what they're doing, who's certified, who's gone through safety courses, things like that. And I have rattled on a lot. I apologize.
So, as a photographer, what is something that you kind of wish that the public knew about either photography in general or about your specific specialties?
um, oh gosh, that's a hard one. It's hard because I know the thing that I want to say, and I don't want to come off rude saying it. um, there's a reason for price levels in our industry, and I think it's good for both photographers and the public to know that it's okay to have those differences. And to know that while generally those differences also mean quality as well, but a lot of times it has to do with service. And, when you're paying someone thousands versus you're paying someone hundreds, it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with either one. Kind of like what we said before. That, you really want to say, okay, I want the full on experience. I want to come in and have my favorite snacks and enjoy a little bit of rest time while someone who knows what they're doing and is safe with my baby can take them, pose them the way that they're supposed to be. And I just have to show up because they're handling everything for me. And that's a whole different experience over. I don't know what you look like. I think this is the person that we're meeting, coming in cold to a studio, going, okay, what's the process? I have no idea what I'm doing. I wore black. My husband wore white, and I just want a couple shots of my baby. Again, there is a place for that, but there's also a place for that higher level of service. And again, knowing what you want and relinquishing the, okay, I have to spend a whole lot because I really do want the whole thing. It's okay, because look at what we spend on everything else. Our TVs, our cribs, the strollers, those things cost hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, and they are only going to last a couple of years. These images that we're creating, especially when we're printing them, they are going to last not only your lifetime, but your baby's, and you want that for them. I was talking to another photographer, and she was helping me with my script and what I say to people. And something that I love that she said is, you're taking photos of your baby now. If you want these newborn images for a slideshow when your kid graduates high school in, 17 years, the only way you're going to have those is if they're printed, because that digital file at some point is going to corrupt no matter what we do. And we can create a new digital file from a print. We can't fix that corrupted file. And that hit home for me so much. And that is definitely a huge thing that I would love for the public to know more about.
Well, and think of too, like even just the form that the digital file is on, right? Like I have, VHS tapes that, I mean, unless I go pay for them to get converted,
Yes.
I'll never be able to watch again. I have stuff on CDs that I don't even have a laptop or a computer that takes CDs anymore. And now like USBs are supposed to be going out of style, so it's like, even if you have them in that digital format and they don't get corrupted, just being able to transfer it to whatever the new one is.
Or to find it. That was another awesome point she made. She's like, that's 5 laptops ago. Like, are you going to be able to find the laptop that had the newborn? But like,
that's so true. I've
so
had
true.
photos that I've realized have been like on an old computer that I never transferred over, like an old computer, and I'm like, I'm not getting that out, like I just guess it's gone, you know what I mean? Because it's like, because I didn't do anything else with it and it's still stuck on that one computer.
Right. And the sad thing is like those aren't just, oh, I wrote that thing in college, it's not important. Like that's a memory that you now lost, and a visual representation of who that, person was 18 years ago. And I mean, anybody who has a kid knows how fast they grow. I mean, that first week they've already changed from what they look like when they first arrived. So I've gone through my life. I've lost many people. The first thing that you want to do is pull out your phone, pull out the bucket of pictures that your mother has, and go like, oh, I remember, when they were doing this, and I remember this moment. And I mean, I've had my own personal pictures used for quite a few funerals over the years of, people that I've taken, and that's the photo that they use to represent who they were. And I've heard a quote, I'm going to get it wrong and I have no idea who it's from, but basically like you don't regret the pictures you take, you regret the ones that you didn't. Like you're not going to regret paying for newborn photos. You're going to regret not getting them. And unfortunately, like you don't want people to have to go through that experience of regret just so that they learn. You want them to learn beforehand.
Yeah, that's great. Did we miss anything? Is there anything else you want to talk about, your process or your studio or anything?
I mean, for me, my studio, I try very hard to have absolutely everything that my clients need, down to diapers and wipes. So not just for the session itself, but in case they forgot anything in the diaper bag, things like that. I've started asking them, favorite snacks, favorite drinks, so that I can have that stuff on hand for them as well. Um, I tell my clients all the time, like, I want to take care of you. Like, I am a mom through and through. I have been my entire life. And so my goal is to make people feel comfortable and loved and cared for. And that's what I want them to have when they come into my studio.